gonna take any comfortable seated position, doesn't matter which one, just a position that is comfortable for you to sit with a straight spine, with grounded sitting bones. Super straight and long spine. And we're gonna do the so-called Vai Mudra. So we're gonna touch the I'm sorry, mistake. The Vai Mudra, we're gonna touch the index finger, but not the top. We're gonna hold to the second knuckle. I don't know if this is seen. I think I said it too early. So you know that one. Now we're gonna do called Vai Mudra. We're gonna bring the thumb on top of the second knuckle. This is the mudra that is balancing the air element. We are doing today the heart chakra, Hatha, and it's also connected with the air element, not by chance, because that part is also where the lungs are. So in yoga, this energetic center is connected with the heart and with the lungs. And in many cultures, heart is connected with the soul. At least there is a lot of expressions. In Bulgaria, we say about someone that has no heart, when we mean that he's not a good person or something. So the heart is very often connected with the soul in different cultures. And what we're gonna do today, we're gonna focus on that part of our body. So we have this heart center, not on the left side where the heart is, where our organ is, but in the middle. And we're going to focus on the upper part of the spine. So this is exactly where we usually have a lot of tension. So we're going to focus on the shoulders. We're going to twist a little bit and a little bit of breathing. We begin with observing the breath. Full yogic breath. Inhaling, first the belly will come forward, then the chest is lifted. Exhaling, the chest goes down, the belly goes in. Inhaling as slow as you can and as much air as you can, treating the whole upper body as one big balloon. Exhaling, belly goes down, chest goes down, belly goes in. Feel the nature of pause between the breaths. Inhaling and observing the breath. Exhaling, letting everything go, exhaling all the air. Just be present for your breath. Trying to take as much air as you can, but without forcing. It should feel comfortable and natural. And as you inhale, you can hold the breath for one moment. And exhale, first the chest goes down, then the belly goes in. And breathe in with your own tempo, with your own breath, with your own natural breath. This is very accessible breathing technique that you can do in the U-Bahn, waiting for the bus, waiting at the queue in the supermarket, anywhere, anytime, in a boring conference call maybe. Focus on the breathing, nobody will know what you're doing. You're doing something useful with the time and healthy for the body. We'll focus today on the breath because when the upper spine is stiff, then we are not able to open our lungs. So when those vertebrae in the upper part of the spine are tight, they're blocking the ribs and we cannot expand the chest. So we will never be able to breathe in with the full potential if our upper back is stiff. So when we improve the flexibility of the back, we're gonna improve the respiratory functions. We'll be able to breathe more. And the other way around, when we are focused on the breathing technique, then we will improve the mobility of the spine. So with that simple exercise, just breathing in and breathing out, you can make your spine very flexible. I find that very practical. I can still remember a few years ago when I was in a very boring working meeting and then I was breathing. Yeah, it was very useful. When breathing, focusing on expanding the chest while expanding the belly. Breathing in and breathing out. Next that we're gonna focus is the shoulders and the shoulder blades. So I'm gonna warm up the muscles in the upper back. Take one more deep breath in and deep breath out, and then bring your palms, the fist over the shoulders. We'll do Bastrika, 10 forceful inhalations and exhalations. Inhaling, reaching the arms above the head. Exhaling, pulling down, gently hitting the lungs. Inhaling up, exhaling. 3, 4, 5, 6, forceful inhalation. 7, inhaling. 8, 9, 10, inhaling, exhaling, resting the palms on your knees, close the eyes for a moment. Notice if there is any difference in your upper back, in your shoulders area, in your chest. Whenever you're ready, bring your fist again over the shoulders. We're gonna do this time 20 inhalations and exhalations. Bastrika, forceful. You can keep on breathing with your own tempo or with me. Breathe. On your last inhalation and exhalation, rest your palms on your knees, close your eyes for a moment, and notice if there is any difference in the shoulders area, in the upper back, in your chest. Check if you can expand your chest a little bit more as you inhale. And check if you can exhale all the air. Just few more breaths here. Just a normal breath or a full yogic breath, whatever it feels natural. Focus on a deep inhalation and focus on the natural pause between the breaths. So as you inhale, don't rush. To exhale, keep the breath for one tiny little moment. Exhale, letting everything go, and check if you can hold that naturally after you exhale before rushing for the next breath. Notice if you can feel this natural pause after the exhalation. Usually we find one of the both more difficult. Some people can easily breathing in and can hold the breath, but when you exhale and then you cannot maintain that pause, then you feel like drowning. There are other people who cannot fully expand the chest and they cannot hold the breath at all and they want to exhale all the air immediately. So notice how is that for you. Observe your own body. Both are natural states as long as it's not too much. As long as it's not serious, then it's just nature, and you should be just aware for your own body, for your own breath. And we want to balance also that part of our body, also that part of our life, the inhalation and the exhalation. Take one more full yogic breath, or just your natural breath, inhaling and exhaling. As you exhale, you can bring one palm in front of your mouth. So we do Ujjayi breath, but first we're gonna do it with open mouth. So we breathe in through the nose and we breathe out through the mouth. And we create this whispering sound like a snake, or like blowing a candle, or blowing the glasses or a mirror. So breathing through the nose and breathing out through the mouth. You can do it with me or with your own temp, no rules. Sometimes guidance is needed, sometimes it's needed to connect with your own breath. Whatever feels more natural. Breathing in and breathing out through the mouth. Breathing in through the nose. Breathing out through the mouth. Try to slow down that breath. In through the nose. Breathing out through the mouth. We do 5 more of those. 1, 2, inhaling. 3, inhaling. 4, inhaling. 5, inhaling through the nose. Exhaling through the mouth. Resting the palms on your knees for a moment. You can always go back to your mudra or just forget about it. Use a few moments to check if there is any difference. We do one more set of this Ujjayi breath. We're going to focus on the back side of the throat, the back side and up. And we visualize that we are kind of contracting the glottis is what we need to do. So we're going to visualize that we are making this pathway thinner so that the air is going through a very tiny funnel. And just focus here on the up and back side of the throat. Even if nothing happens, doesn't matter. We're going to do the exact same thing. Breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the mouth. Through the nose. And we're going to create this sound, this whispering sound, with closed mouth. Breathing in through the nose, focusing on the back side of your throat, breathing out through the nose, and trying to create that whispering sound with the closed mouth. At the beginning, maybe you a little bit open the mouth. Eventually you will notice you can do that with a closed mouth. We will do 20 inhalations and exhalations, Ujjayi breath with a closed mouth. You can count for yourself, or if you want, you can follow my breath. When you finish your 20 inhalations and exhalations, you can again close your eyes if they're open and rest your palms on your knees. You can maintain the mudra, or you can just rest your palms. Focus on the big side of your throat. With this breathing technique, we are stimulating the so-called vagus nerve, which is a very important nerve, let's put it like that. So this is the 10th cranial nerve, and it's responsible for the parasympathetic nervous system, so it's slowing down the work of the internal organs, and especially if you were stressed out during the day, then with this breath you will calm down the heartbeat, the breath. You will improve the work for the glands and in general the whole body. This is also stimulating the digestion, so you might get hungry, but we're gonna activate again the other part of the vegetative nervous system. So we're gonna activate now the sympathetic nervous system. We're gonna raise the arms above the head, and we're gonna lift the shoulders and the shoulder blade. Inhaling, filling the lungs with air, expanding the chest. Exhaling, we're gonna pull the shoulders down and the shoulder blades. Try to not arch your lower back. We're gonna keep the belly gently in with your own breath or with me. Inhale, lifting your shoulders, lifting your shoulder blades. Exhaling, pull them down as much as you can. Check if the neck is free. Arms are straight if it's possible. Inhaling, reaching higher. Squeezing the neck. Stretching. Exhaling, pull them down. Doesn't matter how you breathe. If you want, you can breathe Ujjayi. You can breathe the full yogic breath. Doesn't really matter how, whatever it feels natural for you. Inhaling, stretching the whole body, lengthening the spine, lifting the shoulders. Exhaling, keep them away from the ears. Inhaling, reaching up. Exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling up. Exhaling. Last time, reaching up. Exhaling. Releasing, rest your palms on top of your knees. And we just stand quickly to show you what I mean. So I don't know if it's seen. So here we have the shoulder blades. You cannot see from the clothes, and also there needs to be someone skinny, then you can see in the bottom. So we have the shoulder blades. And when we lift the shoulders, we are lifting the shoulder blades. When we pull them down, the shoulder blades are going down. So this is actually a movement of the shoulder blades, and it's about these muscles in the middle part of the back and in the upper part of the back. So when we engage them, we're gonna improve this flexibility of the spine, and then we can open the chest and the heart chakra. We do one more set, 20 inhalations and exhalations, burning the shoulders. You can follow me or you can do that with your own tempo. Think about the shoulder blades, visualize them. Visualize how your muscles are pulling your shoulder blades down. The arms are straight. You can also keep them not parallel, just diagonal. Doesn't matter, just so that you can feel the shoulder blades down. When this upper spine is tight, then you will not be able to raise your arms above the head, then you will be rounding the spine. So just find your arm degree. Elbows straight, fingers together. The heart center is lifted, belly gently in, straight spine. We'll come from the side, keep on breathing with your own tempo. Or just follow my movement. I will be breathing on dry so that you can hear it. I've lost the count. I don't know how many we have, but we're gonna do 10 more. I can feel already my shoulders burning. Hope you do. That's getting hard. Ooh, last time inhaling and exhaling, releasing. You can rest your palms for a moment, close your eyes, observe this shoulders area. Observing the heart center. Notice your breath. This heart center, the heart chakra, is responsible for how we connect with people, how we express our love to all natural beings, but also towards ourselves, because it starts from within. It's also how we trust, how we connect when someone is closed within, like a turtle, and we say, open your heart. It's also connected with a little bit of crying to open your heart. Like in German, Herz ausschütteln. We have it also in Bulgarian. It's very interesting. You can close your eyes for a moment and bring your awareness to that heart center. If your eyes are open, close them just for a moment and bring your awareness there. And maybe you can visualize light flowing, or maybe you can think about warm, you can visualize this light flowing from your heart center. You can think about warmth in that region. Notice your breath. How are you expanding your chest? It's also normal when you expand your chest fully that you can also experience those cracking sounds in your spine. This is how effective it is when you really expand your chest. It's like workout for the upper part of the spine. Focusing on the heart center, visualizing this warmth and light. And once you have that feeling for this light and love and warmth, you can slowly expand that feeling to the whole body. And think about you're surrounded by this love and light and warmth, and your whole body is wrapped with this like aureole. At the same time, your chest is lifted gently, expanding with each inhalation. Notice how this inhalation is expanding the chest to your back. So your chest goes forward to the side and back and up to the collarbones. If you like, you can do the mudra, the vai mudra, bringing the thumb on top of the second knuckle of the index finger. A few more moments here, just observing your natural breath. Your sitting bones are grounded, your knees are relaxed. Spine is straight, chest is lifted. Shoulders are relaxed. Anytime it gets too much, this posture, you can go out of it and change the position of your legs. Few more moments. Notice how deep is your breath, if there is any difference in your breath compared to the beginning of our practice. Few more moments here. Listen to the sounds around, to the music, to my voice. Maybe someone is talking in the other room. Maybe the neighbors are watching TV. Maybe you can hear the cars on the street. Try to hear as much as you can. Bring the awareness back to your breath. Take a deep breath in and deep breath out. And if the eyes are closed, you can open them. You're gonna release the legs. You do it just a few moments of mindfulness after we prepare the body and the mind with some pranayama. Just a very quick express heart center meditation. Super short, maybe it was a minute. So see, you can do meditation just for 1 minute. No excuses, 1 minute meditation. Releasing the legs, stretching, maybe bending the knees and dropping it from side to side. Maybe you will feel some cracking noises on your spine, in the lower back or in the upper back, even the hips, the shoulders. So we were moving and releasing a lot of energy, and we were also engaging a lot of muscles. Really a lot. So not just the muscles that we know on the surface, but also the deep muscles that usually we can only engage with awareness and with control, or we cannot even access them at all. Straighten the legs, shake it out if there is somewhere any tension left. We're gonna come into a tabletop pose. There is gonna be some yoga today, no worries, it's not only breathing. We're gonna move. Tabletop pose, tuck the toes underneath the feet and engage your core, lift the knees and push your chest towards the knees, coming into downward facing dog. You can walk the dog a little bit, bicycle the legs. Just to move a little bit those ankles, to improve the circulation in the knees, in the hips. Then we're gonna find that dog. Feet are hip width apart. And from here, we're gonna lift the heels, coming on the toes. Inhaling Exhaling, push the heels down. Inhaling, lift your heels as much as you can. Exhaling, push the heels down as much as you can. A little bit of therapy for the ankles as well. Inhaling and exhaling. You can breathe in on dry, or you can breathe normal or full yogic breath. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling up, exhaling. One more last time, inhaling, exhaling. Keep your heels down. Now bring your awareness to your shoulders. We've done this in sitting now. As you inhale, we're gonna squeeze the neck with our shoulders. And as we exhale, we're gonna bring the shoulders away from the ears. Inhaling, shoulders are squeezing the ears. Exhaling, shoulders are away from the ears. So I'm not gonna talk about directions here up and down because it's very confusing when we are in an inverted posture. Inhaling, squeezing the neck with your shoulders. Exhaling, shoulders are away from the ears. Protracting the shoulder blades, gently opening the shoulders. Try this a few more times with your arm breath, without forcing the shoulders, just very gently, very smooth and easy, just to feel a little bit of warmth. If there is any pain, sharp pain, or any pinchy sensation, then you should immediately stop. Warming up the shoulders. One more time, inhaling and exhaling. Anytime it gets too much, child's pose. So you can come into child's pose, or if you want more, we're gonna walk the palms forward into puppy dog pose. Hips are in line with the knees, palms are open, forehead is resting on the mat, open your shoulders. Anytime you need a break, you can come into a child's pose. And now for this puppy pose, we also have different modifications. If you're flexible, maybe you'll notice that you're arching the lower back. However, now we're focusing on the upper back, so we want to keep that lower back flat, belly is in, so that we allow the chest to go down. Focusing now on this, opening your shoulders, protracting the shoulder blades, so spreading them away from each other, neck is free, and allow your chest to go down, so that Stima's heart center is going now towards the mat. Inhaling and exhaling, we're gonna slide the upper body forward, coming into a sphinx pose, laying on our belly. Elbows are underneath the shoulders. Gentle back bend. We're gonna push here with the forearms. We're gonna lift the chest. We're gonna lift the heart center. The head is extension of the spine. Don't try to strain the neck looking up, but try to have the neck as well engaged. And from here, we're gonna stay for a few breaths, breathing nicely the way you want to. And you can visualize that from the sternum, from that bone that is connecting the ribs in between, someone is pulling an invisible string forward and up. This is what you can think about. Someone is pulling this invisible string from the chest, and your chest is moving forward and up. Your shoulders are away from the ears, and you can shake the head to check if the neck is free. We are opening the heart center, expanding the chest, engaging the upper back. So you want to feel a little bit of warmth in the upper back. And you can also here engage the legs. You can push your feet down, you can push your knees down, and even gently lift your pelvis. Then you will feel the tailbone is in, the belly is slightly in. At the same time, we are lengthening the abdominals, but we are not arching the lower back. We try to keep the core strong. We want to push the chest forward and up. Notice your breath. Notice your heart send down. This is a gentle back bend, but when we stay here for a long time, it gets difficult, especially when we do it active. You just staying here and reading a book. It's not that good. Inhaling and exhaling. We're gonna rest the forehead on the mat. We're gonna clasp the hands behind the back. You can rest them on your hips. We just stay for a few moments here. Active break. Shoulders are lifted. You can also active squeeze the shoulder blades. If it's too much, just rest. Just rest here is okay. If you want active, you can squeeze the shoulder blades together. Retraction. And then you will feel this stretch in your chest and in your shoulders area. Take a deep breath in and lift your head as well, and lift your chest into a locust pose, Shalabhasana. Just for a few breaths here. If you want, you can also engage the legs and lift the feet. Inhaling. With exhalation, release your whole body, release your arms. Palms underneath the shoulders. Just push yourself into a child's pose. Hips are resting on your heels. You can open your knees and rest your chest between the knees. Few moments here. Inhaling and exhaling. With the next inhalation, you're going to push with your palms and come into a tabletop pose. And from a tabletop pose, we're going to come into a downward facing dog. Step the right foot between your palms and lower down your left knee into a low lunge. Right knee, right ankle are in line. Hips are square forward. Left thigh is rolling slightly in. Raise your arms above the head. And with the right palm, hold your left wrist. And from here, we're gonna pull the left wrist, and we're stretching the left side of the body. You should feel here in that part of your body a little bit of stretch. We are stretching also the the hip flexors, the psoas muscles. In that posture, very effectively we can target them. Try to draw the belly gently in to lift the heart center. Inhaling and exhaling, coming back into the center. Bring your palms on the mat and step the right foot back into a double facing dog. Step the left foot forward between your palms, low lunge. Finding your angle, left knee and left ankle. You have 90 degrees angle in the left knee. And try here to roll the right thigh in. Maybe when I'm in the front is going to be seen better. So we are not opening the hips. We try to roll the right thigh in and square the hips forward. Raise your arms above the head. Hold the right wrist and pull the right arm to the left side. You should feel some gentle or intensive stretch. It depends of your body today. In the obliques, in the whole right side. And as well, we are targeting extremely effective those psoas muscles. They are usually quite tight if we sit a lot all day. And it's not that easy to target them. So it also requires some awareness because this is one of those deep muscles. We want to connect with the body in order to feel and to control this. Looks an easy posture, but when we stay here and when you're active, then it gets harsh. The heart center is lifted, the core is active. Breathing in and breathing out, coming to the center. Both palms on the mat, step it back into downward facing dog. Right foot step forward. We're gonna keep the high lunge this time. Right knee, right angular in line. Focus on the left thigh. Left thigh is rolling in, hips are square forward. Raise your arms above the head. Hold to the left wrist and pull it to the right side. Why we do that? What does it have to do with the heart center? Well, the body is a chain, so if there is a tension anywhere in the body, then this can be felt in another part of the body. So because it's a chain, then the chain is as strong as its weakest part. So this is the first reason why we do that, so that we can move the energy through the whole body. We are not just doing yoga for these few vertebrae here for the chest. Inhaling and exhaling, coming to the center, releasing the palms on the mat. Step it back into downward facing dog. Left foot step forward, getting ready for this high lunge, finding your degree, 90 degrees. Very good. Raising your arms above the head. Holding to the right wrist and push it to the left. And besides, this is already a gentle back bend. So we have this spinal extension, so a back bend. The heart center is lifted. Inhaling and exhaling, coming to the center. Both palms on the mat. Stepping back, down dog. Take a deep breath into a down dog. Deep breath out, knees on the mat. gonna sit on the side. So we were opening already that front side of our legs. Now we'll continue doing that into the simple bridge pose, laying on the mat. The knees are hip width apart, the feet are hip width apart. Try to bring your feet as close as it's possible to your hips. Palms are on the side. Push with your palms. And as you inhale, lift your hips a little bit. As you exhale, lower them down. With inhalation, lift your hips up, maybe a little bit higher. With exhalation, lower them down. We do 3 more times active. Dynamic. Inhale, lifting your hips, pushing your feet, pushing with the palms. Exhaling, releasing. Inhaling, lift it up. Exhaling, releasing. Inhaling, lift it up. A little bit higher. Exhaling, releasing. Inhaling, lift it up and hold. Pushing with your palms, pushing with your feet. Feet are our base here. Push with the feet, lift the hips higher. And think about lengthening those abdominals. So we want to create a lot of space between the pelvis and between the chest. And we are stretching those abdominals. Then as you do that, you can try to lift your hips a little bit more higher. Pushing with your feet. And focus on stretching those quadriceps. And at the same time, we are contracting them. So this is this eccentric contraction, which makes yoga so difficult. Stretching and contracting at the same time. This is it to be sore from stretching. Inhaling and exhaling, release, lower down. If it was too much for your lower back, you can rest and that's it. You should not do that anymore. You can bring the knees together, feet apart and just rest. If you want more, of course, we have more. One more time, you're gonna inhale and lift the hips up, and then you can lift one shoulder, lift the other shoulder, and squeeze the shoulder blades together, extending, expanding the chest, extending the spine. And you can reach with your palms and hold into your ankles. Then try to lengthen the abdominals to tuck the tailbone in, so we are not arching the lower back. We want to draw the tailbone in, the pubic bone is up, and this from the hips, from the hip joint, we have a little bit more rotation, called posterior rotation, but this doesn't matter how is it called. Focus on protecting your lower back. If you cannot hold to your ankles, you can clasp your hands underneath. And focus on lifting the chest and expanding, gentle heart bend. Try to breathe steady in that posture. Focus on your slow, steady breath. Inhaling and exhaling, releasing the palms or the ankles. Slowly rest your hips on the mat. If it was too much, it was too much. You can rest knees together. Sit on the side. If you want more, maybe not now, but maybe if you do the recording during the day. So because it's late in the evening, when we do this back bend posture, it's highly possible that we activate the nervous system, the sympathetic part of the nervous system, and then you cannot sleep. So if you are planning to go to bed early, you should not do that the next back bend. You can just bring the knees together, rest your feet on the side. That's enough. If you want more, then we're gonna do the full wheel pose. Feet are as close as feet as possible. Maybe you can also open them a little bit more than the hips, but ideally they should be hip width apart. Then we're gonna bring the palms underneath the shoulders. You can also open the palms a little bit more than the shoulders, but ideally they should be shoulder width apart. If you have sensitive wrist, please do not attempt at all. Push with your feet. First step is the same, lifting the hips, lengthening the abdominals. Now we have the next step. You can also just stay here. It is the same as the previous posture, just the palms are underneath the shoulders, and this is a great way to practice before you feel ready for the full wheel. The second step, we're gonna push with the feet, inhale, we're gonna lift a little bit and drop the head on the mat. Here you need to adjust the position of your palms and your feet, whatever works for you. You can stay here, that's just fine. Otherwise, we're gonna inhale and extend the arms and come into this full yoga wheel. So we're preparing the whole body, stretching the quadriceps, stretching the abdominals, the chest, the whole front side of the body. But if you don't feel ready, just don't attempt. And here we want to push with the feet, we want to push with the palms, and try to extend your legs. And try to breathe slow and steady. Inhaling and exhaling all the way back, bending the elbows, crown of the head on the mat. And slowly, we're gonna bring the neck and the hips on the mat. Few moments here to recover your breath. Just breathing steady. And then you can hug to your knees and roll them from side to side to massage your spine. Happy baby pose. We're gonna hold to the big toes. That's a super funny posture. We're gonna hold to the big toes. Then we're gonna open the legs and we're gonna pull the knees towards the mat. At the same time, we are engaging our abdominal muscles and we are pushing the lower back down on the mat. Feet together, clasping your hands, holding your feet. Pushing the lower back on the mat. The lower back should be flat on the mat. We are doing a counter pose. After this intensive back bend, focus on equalizing your breath. Slow, deep inhalation, equal exhalation. Maybe you want to breathe Ujjayi. This is exactly where this Ujjayi breathing technique can help you slow down the breath and to relax your whole nervous system. You can breathe Ujjayi anytime during the day when you need to reduce the stress level and when there is no one around to hear you, I would say. If there is someone around you, then you can just breathe the full yogic breath. Nobody will know. And from here, we're gonna bring the back of the palm on the mat and we're gonna extend the legs. Viparita Karani posture. Legs are straight, keep them together. We stay here into that restorative pose for quite a long time. If it's too much, you can anytime go out of the posture, make a break. If you have around a wall, a door, you can bring your legs on that. I'll just show you what I mean. Maybe you know it. So you can just rest your feet somewhere in a higher position. You can also walk your hips closer. palms are pushing the mat. Legs are straight, the core is deep. Engaging the deep core. This is an easy posture, but when we spend a little bit longer here, then you should feel a little bit of burn into the deep core muscles. A counter pose after the back bends. We want to engage the core muscles to neutralize that lower back, because we have the natural curve of the lower back. And when the upper back is not open, when we are doing back bends, it's difficult to focus only on the upper back if we don't have the control on these muscles in the upper back that we've been focusing so much at the beginning of our practice. It takes time. So if you don't have this control over those muscles, then maybe you will feel all of these intensive back bends into your lower back. And this is why we do this counter pose, engage in the deep core. Staying here. Maybe you feel already a little bit of burn. Okay, so if you're doing this, the active posture and not on the wall, I encourage you now to do one more exercise for the belly. The palms will push the mat, and we're gonna lower down the legs to the mat, but without touch the mat for 10. And then we're gonna go back. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. You can stop here for a moment to check if the lower back is on the mat. If you're arching, you should go a little bit higher. If your lower back is flat on the mat, if your belly is strong, your abdominals are pushing down, then we're gonna go all the way down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! We're gonna go all the way up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well done. A little bit of spinal twisting. Palms on the side of the body. Left foot on top of the right knee. We're going to do a spinal twist, dropping both knees to the right side. If you want more, you can do the eagle legs. And then drop your both knees. Breathing in and breathing out and coming back into the center. Switching the legs, either the foot on top or the eagle arms, dropping both knees to the left. Few moments here. Inhaling and exhaling. And slowly coming to the center. You can come into Shavasana or into another restorative pose. You can keep the knees together and feet on both edges of the mat. This is in case there is still some pressure in your lower back. If you want more stretch for the hips, you know the option 2. Reclined bound angle. Choose your own option. And just rest for a minute or so. Just close your eyes and relax your whole body, relax your mind. Bring the awareness back into your body. Keep the eyes closed. And you can begin to wake up the body, extending the arms over the head, bending the knees and moving them from side to side. Anything that you need to do to move the energy in the whole body. Keep the eyes closed and slowly rotate to your right side, keeping the right arm under the head as a pillow. Left palm is in front of you for support. Knees are bent. Pushing with the left palm, pushing with the right palm. Coming into a comfortable seated position with a straight spine and closed eyes, doesn't matter which position. Bring the palms together in front of your chest and begin to rub them to warm them up. Cover your eyes, cover your face with your palms. Open your eyes inside of your palms and bring the palms few centimeters away from your face. Spread the fingers and look behind, away from you. If you like, bring your palms in front of your chest, in front of your heart center. Thank you for your practice. So stop the recording now.